Good afternoon. Do you remember last year, for 4 days leading up to the World Creole Music Festival, the air was filled with the rhythmic beats of traditional drums echoing through the botanical gardens. The artists from all corners of the island came together to showcase their talents. The aroma of delicious, authentic Creole cuisine wafted through the air, inviting everyone to savor the rich flavors of our heritage. Vendor stalls buzz with excitement, filled with the beautifully crafted, locally made products that spoke volumes of our artisans' skills and dedication. This year, we set to turn up the dial even higher for Vilaj Kweyol, promising an even more extraordinary experience that will highlight the very best of Dominica. Good afternoon and welcome to the media launch of Vilaj Kweyol. Right now, I pause to recognize some of our key persons here this afternoon. Greetings to the Honorable Darren Pinard, the Minister of State with responsibility for entrepreneurship and small business development. Mrs. Gloria Joseph, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Labor, Public Reform, Social Partnership, Entrepreneurship and Small Business Development. Ms. Francine Jajak, Marketing Manager of Flow Dominica. Ms. Petra Grell-Schillenford, representing the Ministry of Agriculture. Monsignor Eustace Thomas, Mr. Karim Geist, Events Manager of Vilaj Kweyol, members of Vilaj Kweyol Technical Committee, other invited guests, media representatives, listeners, sponsors, well-wishers, good afternoon. My name is Monel Alexis, and this afternoon I'll walk you through our media launch of Vilaj Kweyol. As we always do, we're going to invite the Lord in our midst. I invite Monsignor Eustace Thomas to lead us in prayer. Please stand.
Because of the nature of this ceremony, we declare divine atmosphere in this place. And since we don't really pray the Our Father taught to us by the Lord in Creole, we'll have to do it in English. So in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, Amen. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Let us pray. Almighty and merciful God, against the official launch of Vilaj Kweyol, where, as a united people, we will view and appreciate various industries which showcase Dominica's development. So we beseech you, Father, to bless this gathering and bring success to the work of your hands, Vilaj Kweyol, which will show all things Dominican. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen. So we must go into Creole. Dieu Tout-Puissant et Miséricordieux, pendant nous qu'à célébrer 46e anniversaire, nous, comme une nation indépendante, nous encore rassemblés ici pour expérimenter la présentation officielle du Vilaj Kweyol, où là, quand un peuple est né, nous avons admiré et apprécié une pile d'industrie qui a montré le développement en Dominique. Quand nous avons demandé au temple souple, béni assemblée ça là, et fait nous ici, et ici en travail nous. Allonger la main à ce petit village Kweyol là, où là nous qui voyons tout putain Dominique. Ainsi soit-il.
Thank you very much, Monsignor Mr. Thomas. So I want to greet Honorable Miriam Blanchard. Thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. Partnerships are critical to our success here at Vilaj Kweyol, and we thank Flow Dominica for jumping on board. Now I invite to the podium Mrs. Francine Jacques, the Marketing and Communication Executive of Flow Dominica, to present.
A pleasant good afternoon to members of the head table, Honorable Darren Pinard, Honorable Miriam Blanchard, and Mrs. Gloria Joseph, of course, in the Ministry of Labor, Public Service Reform, Social Partnership, Entrepreneurship, and Small Business Development. Of course, to members of the media who is here with us today, staff of the Dominica Festivals Committee, everyone listening at home and abroad, good afternoon. My name is Francine Jacques. I am the Marketing and Communications Executive at Flow Dominica. Before I begin my remarks today, it would be remiss of me to not take a moment to honor the late Fudina Frampton. Fudina was a colleague and she played an instrumental role in many independence activities, particularly Flow's Kweyol in the Park and Vilaj Kweyol. It's only fitting that we take a few seconds to reflect on her contribution, so I ask everyone to join me in a brief moment of silence. Thank you. It is truly a pleasure to stand before you today for the launch of the third annual the investment of over $30,000 in cash and in kind towards the execution of this year's event. And it promises to be one that is exciting and enriching. A few weeks ago, I had the privilege to meet with PS Valmont and PS Joseph and some other key stakeholders to discuss this year's plans and activities surrounding Vilaj Kweyol. I then took the moment to remind them that Vilaj Kweyol stands as a sister to what we know as Flow's Kweyol in the Park. And of course, we know that over the past few years, Flow has taken the opportunity to partner and support the government of Dominica and its organizers as it relates to the execution. This event brings together all things Dominican, from the vibrant culture, cuisine, infectious music and displays of a local talent, all wrapped up with the warmth of our people. While we continue to cherish the fond memories of Kweyol in the Park, this year's Vilaj Kweyol would not only build on the legacy, but offer even more, with a twist that promises to captivate both locals and visitors alike. At Flow, we are deeply committed to preserving and contributing towards the development of culture in Dominica. We understand that our role goes beyond providing fixed and mobile services to customers. It's about supporting a lifestyle, traditions, and the heritage of our customers. Under our freedom tagline, we celebrate not only the freedom that we hold dear to us as a nation, but also the freedom that we provide through our technology, the freedom to browse, the freedom to connect, and the freedom to save while enjoying the best of Flow's services. This independence season, we are passionately dedicated to intertwining our customers with making it easier for persons to tune in to cultural events, capture moments to be cherished for years, and enjoy the celebrations through our TV services. Customers can indulge in up to 100 gigs of data through our mobile solutions and enjoy unrivaled home connectivity courtesy the most robust and resilient network. Additionally, we're extending the freedom to save with opportunities to consolidate, to merge, to put together, whichever way you wish to call it. Consolidate your mobile and fixed accounts, bringing savings up to $98 a month. So whether you're going live to share the exhilaration or enjoying the festivities from the cozy corners of your home, Flow ensures that you are at the heart of everything. Independence is our time. It's a time to dance, eat, dress up, and embrace everything that makes us uniquely Dominican. So let's celebrate our freedom, our culture, and our shared pride for this beautiful island. Happy Independence in advance from Flow Dominica, and I look forward to seeing each and every one of you at Vilaj Kweyol. Thank you.
And we celebrate the partnership with Flow Dominica. Thank you very much for coming on board. Up next, we hear about vendors. We hear about agriculture. From who? Petra. Please welcome to the podium Mrs. Petra Grell-Shiddenford for the vendors overview.
Thank you very much for that lovely introduction. Good afternoon, everyone. Let me first recognize, as Francine said, the head table, Honorable Darren Pinard Lloyd, Minister of Responsibility for Entrepreneurship, Small Business Development. Darren Pinard, sorry, I don't know where I got the Lloyd, maybe cricket. Honorable Miriam Blanchard, Minister for Labor. Mrs. Gloria Joseph, I'm getting it correct now, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Labor, Public Service, Reform, etc. Mrs. Francine Jajak, Marketing Manager, Flow Dominica Limited. Monsignor, who just delivered the prayer. Our Events Manager, Mr. Karim Gist, and members of the TV Large Technical Committee, other invited guests, the media, listeners, sponsors, and well-wishers at home and abroad. I know that we have a prolific calypsonians in Dominica, but one from Trinidad, the mighty Sparrow, said, you cannot love an hungry belly. So therefore, I think that we are very integral to this year and the previous year's Vilaj Kweyol. And I'm excited this year, as I always am, to present the Ministry of Agriculture's little nook, a little bit of what we're going to do. I mean, we feel that we are big, we feel that we are one of the highlights of Vilaj Kweyol. Without us, we don't think the vibes would have been the same. So this year, you can look out for us. Once again, we are doing a cassava plante, or cassava plant. Okay, so we've had cocoa before, the cocoa house. That was a hit, if you remember. We had the coconut hut last year. So we know we're going big and better, and we're doing a cassava plantain. And if you have been raised anywhere in Dominica, you'll have eaten cassava in whatever form as a tuber. So like you have your dashings, etc. You had cassava breads, you would have cassava cakes, and of course the like. So it has been a true labor of love for us to really display what is uniquely Dominica, and this is what Vilaj is. It really is a time to showcase the work of extension, to showcase the work of our frontline officers, and just to show the spillover of our work when it comes to increasing and expanding agricultural production in Dominica and greater productivity in terms of the value chain. When we speak of the value chain, we mean from the root from the farm to the fork, so what you eat at home. Of farm families and farming communities, and building businesses throughout Dominica which are self-sufficient and are able to expand and increase. So we want, whether you are on island, off island, maybe way back in the motherland, Europe or Asia, that you're able to obtain what is really 100% Dominican. So while, as I said, culture and of course tourism are integral, we think that showcasing our local products onto another level, not just traditional forms, but really showcasing what we have, will really introduce the public to what we have been saying for a number of years, that when we have something in Dominica, it can always go global. It can always be international. So what can you expect? You may be thinking, I'm just rambling on. What can you expect at Vilaj Kweyol 2024? So if you haven't been, which I doubt, but if you haven't been, I'm saying expect a lot. Expect the unexpected. We are going to show you from the source of it, from the farm, how the cassava is planted, the crop, the type. They have different varieties. I won't spill all the beans now. There are different varieties. Then you come into the processing. So we will give you a live demonstration. You'll be able to see how it was done traditionally over 50 years ago. And anybody knows about the press, I'll just say the press. And they know the energy that exerted. And then we will come into the modernization of the crop now in terms of how it's processed. Modern day, women are doing it, children are involved in it. And then we will show you now the end products. So many. We have counted over 20 products. And I know some people are waiting for something that we call the wabu, which is the cassava drink. It's a little on the alcoholic side, so if you're not strong enough, I don't suggest that you sample it, but look out for the wabu. We will also have a live demonstration of the cassava kaki. So we'll have Passing Cloud has partnered with us, and he will be there live. You can engage in your own. I see Father Thomas excited. You can engage in your own wrapping of it, plant, and getting it ready for it to be edible. So the food vendors have come out in large numbers, and we're excited for that. There are over 90-something food vendors who have signed on to our online platforms, and we have a number of spaces allocated. We will have the wide range, as we said, Dominican products in terms of fresh fruits, the coconut water we so like. Our vegan ITIL option was a hit last year, and this has been expanded this year because a number of people like to go the green leafy way and the natural way. We also have, for those of people like me, you have game. So we have our agoutis, our manicos, our rabbit, titiwi was a hit, crayfish, just name it, we will have it at Vilaj Kweyol. So anything that is made in Dominica will be showcased and will be ready to be consumed. Beverages, we've spoken about that. We have a number of high-end premium products made in Dominica. We have a vodka that is made locally from our roots and tubers. We also have a gin that is made right here locally. So we will be having our chef of the day. We're having a competition this year. We've gone bigger and better, as I said. We will be having our meat of the day and, of course, our drink of the day. So you can look out for that. And, of course, we'll be having a time that the general public will really say who did it best, which was best, and they will participate in that. So when it comes to Vilaj Kweyol this year, agriculture, food, drink, beverage, we feel that we are ready. We have met the mark in the previous years. We are up in it this year in terms of ensuring that we are ready to serve the public with the volumes. All right, so our traditional, I didn't even mention, the bakes, the saltfish, the boudin, the black puddings. We've gone up a notch this year. If you want to eat clean, come to Vilaj Kweyol. If you want to eat exotic, come to Vilaj Kweyol. If you want to go anywhere, just come, we will accommodate you. So for those of you deciding to come to Vilaj Kweyol just for the food, I'm not upset with that. I am happy for that. And rest assured, we are making more spaces available for sitting and dining, family style. You want to just hang out with your friends for the day. This is the place to be during the 21st to 24th of October 2024. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Grell Shillingford. And of course, expect the unexpected at Vilaj Kweyol. Expect 100% Dominican experience at Vilaj Kweyol. So join us this year. Where? Vilaj Kweyol. Up next, the gentleman at the helm of Vilaj Kweyol. I invite to the podium Honorable Darren Pinard. He is the Minister of State with responsibility for entrepreneurship and small business development.
Good afternoon, everybody. Let me recognize the presence of the Honorable Minister Miriam Blanchard. It is indeed a pleasure to have her here this afternoon. Also, I'd like to recognize our peers, Miss Gloria Joseph, Father Monsignor Eustace, Petra, the marketing manager for Flow. What do I? Sorry. Marketing manager for Flow, Miss Francine Jacques, and all the other persons here with us this afternoon, the staff of the small business unit, the media, the listening audience, everybody, good afternoon. Bon après-midi tout le monde. I don't think it have much more we can say after Petra. Petra seemed to have covered everything. I mean, we could have just put Petra in front of a mic and be done with it. But anyway, we'll make an attempt to say something. It brings me great pleasure this afternoon to bring to you the launch of the Vilaj Kweyol 2024. Before I came here, a colleague of mine said we need to stop calling it Vilaj. It is now Go Village. So, but for this year, we will maintain Vilaj. Okay, the government of Dominica, through the ministries, primarily through the ministries of labor and small business and the Ministry of Tourism, in partnership with other ministries such as trade, culture, brings to you another edition of Vilaj Kweyol. The event is scheduled to take place on October 21st to 24th, that is 4 days, at those alike to convene and celebrate various aspects of our culture and our traditions. Now, last year, due to the inclement weather, we were only able to bring you 3 days of the event. This year, God willing, we are looking to revert back to our normal 4 days from Monday to Thursday on the week of the 21st. Now, on day one, under the theme, Culte bien debout, for those who cannot understand part of that, is our culture is still standing. We will highlight our traditional music and our dance, emphasizing the richness and the resilience of our cultural heritage. On day two, under the theme Youth Explosion, we dedicating this day to the youth. And our aim is for them to showcase a kaleidoscope of the youth cultural expressions and our talents in Dominica. On day 3, that is October the 23rd, the Wednesday, we will be under the theme Fashion, Arts and Poetry. We aim to merge creativity and expression, highlighting the intersection of fashion, visual arts and poetry. It is meant to showcase our local artists and designers, displaying their talents and innovative approaches. Day 4, which is the 24th, under the theme Mass in the Kweyol Village. Now, that being the final day, in the colloquial terms we say the last lap, it will be a day of vibrant celebration of joy, unity, and cultural expressions in a carnival-like atmosphere. Now, this day aims to immerse patrons. Now, I would like to acknowledge the generous sponsor who has contributed to bringing us the Vilaj Kweyol again this year. Now, sponsorship is valuable, and we deeply appreciate your commitments to promoting our culture and supporting our local initiatives. We thank you for believing in the importance of Vilaj Kweyol. Of course, the government of Dominica remains the headline sponsor for the activity. We know that the government of Dominica sponsors all the major activities around our independence celebrations, around our Christmas, around our carnival, around our village feasts, around our festivals. The government of Dominica remains immensely committed to the upholding of our culture, our traditions, and so for that we are forever grateful. But we were also blessed to have the support of the business community in bringing you Vilaj Kweyol. We already heard from the marketing manager for Flow. As she rightly said, Vilaj really is the new version of what was then the Kweyol in the Park, which was originally brought to us by Cable and Wireless. Now, when Cable and Wireless handed over the organization of this very important activity to the government, they have remained attached to it and has therefore partnered with us on an ongoing basis. So they are again on board this year, and for that we are very thankful to have you. In addition to Flow, Cable and Wireless Flow, we also have sponsorships from so far committed from the WASCO, Belfast Estate Limited, the National Authorizing Office of the European Development Fund, and the Family Dental Practice. Now, to the many other prospective sponsors, I say an advance thank you, And thank you very much for coming on board. If you wish to sponsor an artist, a vendor, a cultural group, or any activity, we are still very open and we are waiting to hearing from you. Importantly, the TVK will once again provide the opportunity for many of our small businesses to showcase their products, to make meaningful connections, to connect with suppliers and to connect with buyers, and of course to just engage in commercial activity. On stage, we will feature some of our most popular bouillon and veteran artists. So these will be like Acer, Mr. Rich, Grammy Award winners, TK, Signal, etc., etc. But also, very importantly, we will be giving some opportunity to showcase themselves and visibility to some of our other artists that will not be performing at the World Creole Music Festival this year. Now, these artists are not really at the festival, not because they are not good, but there are just so many artists that you can put into 3 nights of pulsating rhythms. So it's more or less a space factor for some of these bands and these artists. So thankfully, through Vilaj Kweyol, we can provide them the opportunity to perform for us in this year's independence celebrations. We are also looking to give opportunity to some up-and-coming artists in the country. Now, all major bands started somewhere, but they started small. They had to be given the opportunity to showcase themselves, and that is how they grew into what they then became, the big bands, the big artists, and so on. So we are happy to provide the opportunity to those up-and-coming artists to showcase their talent, to showcase what they have, so hopefully they can become the next big band of tomorrow. So at the Vilaj Kweyol this year, some of the bands that will be featured, in addition to those I have already mentioned, we'll have the First Serenade, we have Kenny G, Trilogy, Music for Real MFR, yes, they're back, Y2 Silk, Fifth from Thibault, Mighty T, Zone Rouge, The Rush, Fire Bright, Simba Orchestra, Ra, the Bouillon Boss, Inner Core Unit Fit, Ignition, Explosive Band, Redeem, Knockers, Swinging Stars, and Irwin C. TVK 2024 will also allow some of our cultural groups, such as the Dublin Flamboyant Dancers, the opportunity to perform in front of a different audience. Many of the patrons to TVK might not be actively attending our cultural shows, and so we use this opportunity to bless these persons with a showcase of our culture in sound, music, and dance. Now, the Dominican public can also expect to hear from our favorite DJs and MCs. My cabinet colleagues always keep on mentioning how much I like to tell them DJ Mailboom will be featuring. So yes, you can come in and see DJ Mailboom at the Vilaj Kweyol as well. He's from Collier, of course. So in closing, let's embrace the Vilaj Kweyol 2024. Together, we will celebrate our culture, uplift our artists, provide opportunities for small business, and enjoy our 46th independence celebrations. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing all of you at Vilaj Kweyol 2024. Thank you.
Someone said he had nothing to say today, and he said so much, and we are grateful. Thank you very much. And we look forward to attending this year's Vilaj Kweyol, and I'm happy that this event is truly a 100% Dominican event. Now, here's a question. Where were you on October 23rd to 26th, 2023? Were you in Dominica? Were you abroad? Did you miss Vilaj Kweyol? Here's a recap in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Check this out. welcome back. So, I knew that you enjoyed what you just saw, so we expect to see you this year for Vilaj Kweyol. So save the date, October 21, 22, 23, and 24. Up next, we say thank you. For that, I invite to the podium the events manager for Vilaj Kweyol, Mr. Karim Geese.
Good afternoon. Let me recognize the Honorable Minister for Labor, Public Service Reform, Social Partnership, Entrepreneurship, and Small Business Development, Minister Miriam Blanchard. The Honorable Minister, Minister Darren Pinard, Minister of State, with responsibility for entrepreneurship and small business development. The Permanent Secretary, Gloria Joseph, in the Ministry of Labor, Public Service Reform, Social Partnership, Entrepreneurship, and Small Business Development. Also recognizing Monsignor Eustace Thomas, the Marketing Manager, Flo Dominica, Mrs. Francine Jacques, Petra Shillingford, who gave us a very good roundup of the Vilaj Kweyol event for this year. So I think all of the speakers gave a very good account of what you should expect for this year's activity. And of course, the Dominican, and rolling out the actual event activities and recognizing the entertainment, we would recognize that it's really an explosion and a display of creative talent across the cultural industries and the small businesses in Dominica. So it is really an opportunity for our creative talent, for small businesses to put on display the work they have done and continue to do throughout the years, and an opportunity for the public to enjoy that cultural experience, and of course, most importantly, to participate by buying something at Vilaj. A lot of times, we get there and we say that the food is nice and the music is nice, but these are actually talented entrepreneurs, talented musicians who are putting out their best work. And I think as a matter of ensuring that we participate, we need to also invest in them. And simply put, let's buy a snack, let's buy a meal, let's pause during our lunch hour and enjoy the activities. I'm smiling because Francine is on my right, and I guess in my previous life, this would have been Kweyol in the park. But really and truly, it's very good to recognize that the government of Dominica, as the headline sponsor, continuing the work that Flo Dominica has been doing over these years. I feel proud of a past employee of Flo Dominica, and I think the fact that and the commitment that they have shown in being one of the major partners to this event signifies the continued work that they recognize within building art form and building creativity and crafts in our country. We also want to recognize the partners that have been called out so far, the WASCO, Belfast Estate, and the NAO. And I'm sure the teams that are responsible for partnerships will continue to inform us on the continued increasing number of partnerships. We encourage all businesses across Dominica to at least consider partnering with this event. As we said, it is about Dominica, and this is the opportunity for all the creative work to be put on display at the Botanic Gardens. So it's a full week, October 21st through the 24th, of enjoyment, of good food, good music, good meet up with friends and family. And I always say it's an opportunity for the youngsters who do not get an opportunity to get to the Kweyol Festival. They get to come and enjoy these activities during this week. So I don't want to take too much more time, but to say again, just to encourage all our private sector to take an opportunity to partner with us. Again, we thank the government of Dominica for recognizing the talent of our of our creatives across the space, and again, testament for continuing to invest in an activity that brings to light that creative work. And again, to Flo Dominica for being our headline sponsor. So we look forward to seeing all of you at Vilaj for 4 days of enjoyment, and 4 days of partnership, 4 days of creativity, 4 days of connecting, and 4 days of sharing memories. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Geist. Ladies and gentlemen, as we wrap up the Vilaj Kweyol Media Lunch, let me personally invite each one of you to come and experience the wonders of Dominica through our culture, our people, festivities, and amazing experiences that truly makes our island a gem on October 21st to the 24th at the Vilaj Kweyol. And while you're here, don't miss a chance to stay for the World Creole Music Festival, October 25th to the 27th. It's a powerhouse of music, dance, and pure enjoyment. A perfect way to extend your island adventure and get lost in the magic of Dominica. Then, relax in our natural hot spas, swim with our whales, explore our vibrant underwater coral reefs, or do something, anything. There is something here for everyone to explore. And remember, while you're in Dominica, take pictures, take photos, and post them on your social media platforms. And we want to follow you. So use the hashtags, hashtag Dominica, hashtag Discover Dominica, and hashtag Dominica Festivals. Let us be part of your story and let's share your wonderful experience. Now, thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. Thank you to the media and to the listeners and for all of you here present. And see you at Vilaj Kweyol. Remember the date, October 21st to 24th, 2024. Good afternoon.